All right, everyone, let's talk about something a bit heavy, shall we? Have you ever wondered why some people stay loyal while others can't resist temptation? Cheating isn't just about opportunity, it's wired into certain psychological traits that make some individuals far more likely to stray. In this video, I'll reveal 3 key psychological traits that silently push people toward infidelity. Traits that could be warning signs in your own relationship. We're going deep on this one, folks. We're talking about the nitty-gritty, the stuff people don't want to talk about. If you want to understand the hidden forces behind betrayal and protect yourself from heartbreak, stick around, because what you're about to learn might change the way you see relationships forever. Now, let's dive in. Now, when we think of narcissists, we often picture someone obsessed with their appearance, right? But narcissism runs much deeper than that. It's about an inflated sense of self-importance, a belief that they're more special, more deserving than others. And you know what? This can be a recipe for disaster in relationships. Narcissistic individuals believe that their needs, desires, and validation matter more than their partner's feelings. They love attention, admiration, and power. Think about that. Their need to feel important trumps everything else. And when they feel like their partner isn't giving them enough of it, they'll often seek it elsewhere, without much guilt. And let me tell you folks, narcissists crave constant validation. It's like they need a constant supply of compliments and adoration. And when that supply runs low, they look for it wherever they can find it, even if it means stepping outside the relationship. Now, there's a particularly tricky type of narcissist we need to talk about, the sexual narcissist. This is someone who is obsessed with their own sexual desirability and performance, and let me tell you, this can be a dangerous game. Here are some signs you might be dealing with a sexual narcissist. They use sex to boost their ego rather than to build real intimacy. They genuinely believe they're amazing lovers, even if their partner disagrees. And get this, they can't handle criticism about their sexual performance and may cheat to prove themselves. The irony, right? Now, research from the Journal of Sex and Marital Therapy shows that sexual narcissists are more likely to engage in affairs because they constantly need external validation. They need to feel desired, wanted, and admired, and they'll go to great lengths to get that feeling. The bottom line is this: they see their partners as a means to an end, not as equals in a relationship. It's all about what the partner can do for them and how the partner makes them feel. This lack of empathy and entitlement allows them to cheat without remorse. They justify their actions by believing they deserve more, even when they're already in a committed relationship. It's a dangerous mindset, folks, and one that can lead to a lot of heartbreak. Now let's be clear, not all cheaters are narcissists. Some cheat for the opposite reason. They don't feel better than their partner. They feel worse. It's like they're trying to fill a void within themselves, but they're reaching for all the wrong things. These individuals struggle with low self-esteem, and they use cheating as a temporary fix for their insecurities. They might feel unattractive, unloved, or unworthy, so they seek external validation to convince themselves they're still desirable. Think about that. They're looking for someone else to tell them they're worthy of love. They're looking for that quick hit of validation, that fleeting moment of feeling desired. But here's the thing, cheating to feel worthy comes at a cost, a huge cost. It's a band-aid on a much deeper wound. And here's the real kicker, cheating doesn't actually solve their self-esteem issues. In fact, it often makes them feel worse, creating a vicious cycle of guilt and self-doubt. It's like they're stuck in a loop of seeking validation and then feeling terrible about themselves for doing so. So how does insecurity lead to infidelity? Well, it's a slippery slope. They might think, if someone else desires me, maybe I'm still attractive. Or, I feel neglected, maybe someone else will give me the attention I crave. And sometimes it's about a sense of control. They might think, flirting and cheating give me power over my insecurities. But that power is an illusion, isn't it? It's a temporary escape from the real issue. A 2019 study in the Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin found that cheaters often shift blame onto their partners or minimize their wrongdoing to avoid facing guilt. They come up with excuses, justifications, and anything to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. This pattern makes it difficult for them to stop because every time they feel insecure again, they repeat the behavior. It's a vicious cycle, and it can be incredibly damaging to them and their relationships. The reality is no amount of external validation can fix low self-esteem. It's an inside job, folks. Until they work on their internal sense of self-worth, they will continue seeking validation in destructive ways, including infidelity. Now, this one might surprise you. Have you ever met someone who hates serious conversations or avoids deep emotional connections? They seem to shy away from anything too real, too intimate. Well, some people cheat not because they want more, but because they fear intimacy itself. That's right, they'd rather sabotage a relationship than face the vulnerability that comes with true connection. For them, commitment feels suffocating, and being emotionally vulnerable makes them uncomfortable. It's like they're allergic to intimacy, like it's something to be avoided at all costs. When their relationship starts getting too deep, they sabotage it by seeking an outside connection that requires little emotional investment. It's a way of keeping things surface level, of avoiding the risk of getting hurt, so they use cheating as an escape from vulnerability. It's a defense mechanism, a way of protecting themselves from the perceived threat of intimacy. So why do people with avoidant tendencies cheat? Well, here's the thing. They fear deep emotional connections. They're terrified of letting someone in, of being truly seen and known. They cheat to create emotional distance. It's a way of pushing their partner away, of maintaining a safe distance in the relationship. And they use affairs as an excuse to escape commitment. If they can convince themselves that they're not cut out for monogamy, they don't have to face their fears of intimacy. A study in the American Journal of Family Therapy found that people with avoidant attachment styles are more likely to cheat. Their need for emotional detachment makes them seek short-term affairs instead of confronting their fears of closeness. They crave connection, but they're also terrified of it. But here's the painful truth. By avoiding intimacy, they sabotage their chances at real love. Their fear of emotional depth keeps them stuck in shallow, unfulfilling relationships. They're missing out on the beauty of true connection, the joy of letting someone in. So, can cheaters change? The answer is yes, but only if they recognize their behavior and actively work on themselves. It's not enough to say, "I'm sorry," or "it won't happen again." They need to dig deep, folks, and figure out what's driving their behavior. Self-awareness, therapy, and open communication are key. They need to be willing to face their demons, to understand the root causes of their infidelity. But the most important thing, they have to want to change. No one can force them to be loyal. It has to be a choice. At the end of the day, commitment isn't just about avoiding temptation. It's about choosing love, respect, and trust every single day. Trust is built through action, not words. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. What do you think is the biggest reason people cheat? Let's discuss in the comments. Subscribe for more relationship insights. Thanks for watching.